Hi, how are you? Hope you're well. So, this is my June wrap up, but I do have two big announcements to make regarding everything. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about those first before I dive into the actual wrap up, just to make things simple because I have no brain cells. I might forget what my announcements are. Not an announcement, but if you see any new tattoos on me, they're not real. I was sad the other day and I had a couple of them lying around, so I decked myself out in fake tattoos to feel better. It didn't work. Announcement number one, which is important. I've kind of come to the realization that my personal monthly wrap-ups, one, I personally really don't enjoy making them that much. And then also, I just noticed compared to my reading vlogs and stuff, they're not that popular, so I don't want to waste my time making videos that I don't particularly enjoy making, that you guys don't particularly enjoy watching. So this will be my final monthly wrap-up. I will still be doing wrap-ups, however, much differently. I think I will maybe break it up into quarterly, so every 3 months. So I'll probably do one in March, one in June, one in September, and then one in December. Or maybe if I don't read that many books, I'll just do one in June and one in September. Or I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I have a couple months to really make a decision before September rolls around. So yeah, but I just wanted to let you know that if you don't see any more monthly wrap-ups from me, that is why. Like I said, I will still be doing them. I'm just going to be changing the format and it's no longer going to be every single month because I don't want to waste my time on videos that seemingly nobody likes. The second announcement is the really big announcement. I'm very sad to make this announcement, so I apologize in advance. I feel really bad. But as you know, some of my most popular videos actually are plot summary videos on the Housemaid series. So I did a plot summary of The Housemaid and then The Housemaid Secret by Freida McFadden. And when I found out she was making a third book, I plan on making a plot summary for that as well. I pre-ordered the book. I started reading it. I actually started making the notes for a plot summary. I still have it. However, I ended up DNFing The Housemaid is Watching because I thought it was impeccably boring. Nothing happened in the 100 or so pages that I'd read, and truly, the little bit that I read just kind of felt like a cash grab, like, oh, this is popular, so I'm gonna write another book to make more money, even though reasonably there's nothing really else to say. So there won't be a third book summary, most likely. And I say most likely because there is the possibility that in the future I might choose to pick up The Housemaid is Watching and continue the plot summary. And if I do ever pick it up again, I will definitely continue to make the notes and I will make the video and post it. However, as of right now where I am, it is a definitive DNF. There are no future options of me picking up. I was truly so bored out of my mind. I was genuinely miserable reading the book, and I don't need that right now, at least. So we'll say there's maybe a 10% chance of me finishing it in the future, but as of right now, I'm very sorry, but I will not be making a plot summary for the third book because I want to read books that I enjoy. I haven't been enjoying reading this year this much. There's been a lot of books that I've read that are just bad. They don't click with me. It's just a bad year for me in general, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, so that is why. And to anyone that was excited for it, I'm very sorry. Like I said, I feel so bad having to make this announcement. I don't like that I can't do it, but as of right now, I just need to prioritize reading books that I enjoy and that I want to read and that bring me happiness and joy and enthusiasm, because otherwise I will stop reading forever, and nobody wants that. So that's kind of where I'm at. I apologize again. I'm very sorry. 10% chance maybe in the future I'll continue on with it. So if you really want it, hold thumbs, convince me to read it, and maybe I will. But as of right now, no plot summary for book 3. I am very sorry. But let's get into the wrap up. So this month I finished 7 books, and the first book that I finished on the 5th of June. I gave it 5 stars, and that book would be Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I'm moving to give the picture and stuff space. So I don't really have much to say on this, really, at least not right now. It's a great book. If you haven't read it, definitely read it, especially if you love the movie. Watch the movie before reading it though, if you're not a dinosaur nerd, because otherwise you will be lost. I was lost. But yeah, I'm not really gonna go into too much detail about it. You will find out why. But it is a phenomenal book. It truly is so good. It was my first ever sci-fi. It was an experience. Michael Crichton is truly a very, very talented author. And it was just a really, really fun time. And if you don't know what it's about, it's the book that made the Jurassic Park movie. It's essentially about this old rich dude decides he wants to make an amusement park with actual real life dinosaurs, and shit hits the fan. The next book that I finished on the 7th of June. I gave it 4.5 stars, and that book would be Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. In this book, basically, Emma and Justin meet over Reddit because they both have a curse that essentially means when they date someone, their next partner will be the love of their life. It's kind of like the movie Good Luck Chuck, which is a terrible movie. If you've never watched it, I 10 out of 10 do not recommend. I watched it with my boyfriend and my parents because we were told that it's a movie about penguins. There are penguins, but it's not a movie about penguins, and if you've watched it, you'll understand why I now hate that movie. But it's about them, and they strike up a deal to date for a little bit to try and break their curses so that they can find the one after they break up. Obviously, feelings come to fruition. There is some family drama also helping spice up the plot a little bit. It's a very, very good book. This was my first Abby Jimenez book. I really enjoyed her writing. Didn't realize it was book 3 in the Part of Your World series until after I'd already purchased it, and at that point it was too late because this was one of those books where my brain went, that one. I want to read that one. And I said, okay. I didn't even know what it was about. I just looked at it and said, that's the book I want to read. That was my bad. I do think I have heard that it's better to read her books in order in the series, even though they're interconnected standalones. So I do recommend that for that reason. However, really great book. If you haven't read it yet, definitely do. If you haven't read Abby Jimenez yet, even though I've only read 1 book, I want to read all of the rest of hers. So I recommend you check it out, or one of her books. I kind of compare her to Emily Henry a little bit, where it's a really good romance, but there's other stuff going on too. So it just connects with you very deeply, and we love that. So yeah. The next book I finished on the 13th of June. I gave it 4 stars, and that book would be Dragon Teeth by Michael Crichton. Listen, this is a historical thriller about a kid going to dig up dinosaur bones with his uni class, or like not his uni class, but with a professor at his uni, and then shit kind of hits the fan a little bit. This is not up my alley. This is not a book I ever would have seen myself picking up, but it is so good. It is unreasonably good. It's funny. The audiobook is amazing. The atmosphere is so much fun. Like, I'd never read a Wild West book before, and this, because it takes place in the Badlands and everything, because they're going to dig up dinosaur bones, it's just really good. So truly, both the Michael Crichton books, if they don't sound like they're up your alley, definitely give it a shot, at least through audio, if you don't want to read them, because especially Dragon Teeth, very short page turner. You can get through it really quickly. Jurassic Park, thick, with 3 C's, okay? But it's very good. His books are very good. He's a phenomenal writer, and he's definitely one of those authors that kind of transcend like genre preferences a little bit, because like I said, never read a sci-fi except Jurassic Park. I'm not a historical person. read Dragon Teeth. They're good. They're genuinely very good. And yeah, I definitely think that it would be worth your while picking it up. And it's very funny, and I don't want to say much more, but plot twist after plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. It's so much fun, genuinely. And this is coming from someone who is a very picky reader. So the next book that I finished, I don't even want to talk about. So I finished this book on the 20th of June. I gave it 1 star. And that book is Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I do have a reading vlog coming out, so I'm not going to go into my thoughts about it. Plus, this video will be 2 hours long if I do. But basically what this book is about is the FMC works for a company, and then the MMC is trying to buy out her company. So it's kind of a forbidden love type of thing where they're super into each other and all they want to do is smash, but they can't because they're on rival sides. I will say this much. This is very different from Ali Hazelwood's normal writing. She usually writes rom-coms, but this one is more of an... I don't know if I say it, if YouTube will ban me. I don't really know like the YouTube regulations and rules that well, and I'm just trying to like tread the line and not do anything wrong. But it's a spicy genre book. I'll put what it is. Not my thing. I didn't know that until I started listening to it. Like I said, I have a reading vlog that's coming out soon that's gonna dive into the whole thing about it. But if you like Ali Hazelwood, I'd still say it's worth a shot. If you like spicy books, definitely worth a shot. This might be completely up your alley. But if you have similar reading tastes to me and you don't really like spicy books, this might be an Ali Hazelwood book worth skipping. Next, on the 20th of June, I finished Done and Dusted by Lyla, and I gave it 3 stars. What this book is about is a horse racer moves back home to somewhere in Wyoming, I forget the town name, after an incident, and then she kind of connects with her brother's best friend, and it's a romance between them. It's a fun book. It's short. It's great if you just need a quick little pick-me-up, you know? So yeah. Next, I read on the 24th of June, First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston, and I also gave this one 3 stars. It is about a girl named Evie Porcher who has a boyfriend and is meeting his friends, but Evie Porcher doesn't exist. Anything beyond that, I can't really tell you because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's essentially just about why Evie Porcher doesn't exist, why she's choosing the identity Evie Porcher, and then drama with her job. That's the best way I can describe it without giving too much away. And then finally, the last book that I finished on the 27th of June, and I also gave this one 3 stars. It's very mid-month for me. And that book is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This book is about... what are their names? This book is about Aurora and Russ. They have a one-night stand at a party, and then they find out that they're actually working at the same camp as camp counselors. And this one's also a forbidden love type of journey, story, theme, trope. I would say if you like Elle Kennedy, you'll probably like Hannah Grace. I feel like they're similar in terms of style and plot and stuff. This one is fun. The camp setting is quite fun. That really spoke to me. I don't know. I don't really have that much to say other than I thought it was a bit too long and a bit too spicy, but you know, we know my opinions. I'm not a contemporary romance girly anymore, really, aside from Emily Henry, Abby Jimenez now. Still, maybe Ali Hazelwood, depending on the direction her writing is heading. So yeah, but it's a fun time, and if you like Elle Kennedy or those types of books, definitely worth your time. However, I think everybody's read this already. If you did like Icebreaker, because I didn't like Icebreaker, if you don't remember, I DNF'd it. Have a reading vlog, we'll put it down below, but I DNF'd that one. It wasn't good in my opinion. This one was better. This one was a lot more digestible in my opinion. So if you didn't like Icebreaker, I would recommend giving this book a shot. But if you have the same reading tastes as me, maybe skip her work and go for something else. That was everything that I read in June. It was a meh month, really. It started off great. The first 3 books were 4 and up, and then it went downhill. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, again, I'm sorry for the Housemaid is washing plot summary. I'm disappointed, so I get if you're disappointed too. I will see you for a type of wrap up either in September or December. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I'm still figuring it out, but don't expect monthly wrap ups anymore. If you have any preference between bi-yearly, so June and December, or if you would prefer more smaller, shorter videos of every 3 months, so March, June, September, December, 4 videos a year, please let me know. I would love to know your opinion. If you like me or my videos, I would really appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.